Hi folks, I'm just doing a little video on a side trip we took when we were at Niagara Falls for the dog show in Niagara Falls movie. We went over to Lockport, which was one of the more challenging portions of the canal when they built the Erie Canal. It had 7 locks to go up this little escarpment, what they call the edge of the Niagara Escartment. The land literally just jumps up at this point, and it had a good water flow, river on it and everything, but it had a pretty big waterfall. So they put in 7 locks, 7 going up and 7 coming down, so they were side by side. But I thought this might be interesting. It's little history. The weather was terrible, as the whole weekend was, but watch this, and if you don't, just skip up to the next one. The next one will be a little better. All right, here it is. The white balance is going to be off. I have a firm belief that weather should not change your plans to have fun. And me and the boys don't really care too much about weather. Now, the one thing that does is the camera. So we have to carry an umbrella to keep the camera in good shape. But we're going to go down and look at Lockport. We're at the Lockport Locks at the moment. I suppose I should lock the car. Since it is Lockport, I should lock the car, right? There. So Lockport was the most obnoxious part of the canal because it goes up a big escarpment of the river. So this is the current canal, but it's next to the old canal. And one of the things that's next to the old canal is this cave, the Lockport Cave, which is right over here. And you aren't really allowed to just go in it. It's owned by somebody and they charge you $15, but it's probably a pretty interesting. This is part of it. This is the original enhanced canal, I believe, going into the Lockport Cave, and we're going to find out what that is.
How you doing?
What is the Lockport Cave?
The Lockport Cave is a 75-minute guided tour. We take you down by the Erie Canal. We show you the Erie Canal, talk about how it was man-made, and then we enter a cave, which is underneath us right now. The cave was a man-made waterway to power 3 factories, taking water from the Erie Canal. So we talk about the history of the cave, how they made it, why they made it, and the 3 factories that it powered.
Wow. How much is it?
It's $15 for adults. And it's around 75 minutes tour, and it is, just to give you a fair warning, when it rains outside, it rains in the cave as well. So it is wet in the cave today.
Tunnel. The boys are just out here getting wet. This would almost be a scary adventure in a boat. To be coming down here and realizing that beyond all those big blue locks is walls of water. Lockport, like any old canal city, is kind of run down, kind of in decline, so to speak, because the canal isn't used commercially very much anymore for goods and services, but they do a lot of tourist stuff. There's a college here, and it does have a lot of history. The Lockport Locks. The old locks are next to the new locks. This little thing here is the old lock. There used to be 7 of them, and now they've built the new ones. And now there's, I think, 3 or 4. There are less. But they are working on the locks. And this is remnants of old mills and stuff that used to be on the river here. It's a great place for a mill to have water power. And you can see some of these beautiful old buildings. New Erie Canal locks. Old Erie Canal locks. 2 wet dogs. There used to be 7 of these small locks. And you can see where the doors were to the lock. Tiny little doors compared to today. And now there are just 2. Oh, they opened it. Oh, and here comes a boat out of the lock. And the boat is turning around in the wide waters section. That's got to be a challenge, I think. These are examples of the original locks and how they worked. And go over. The problem when I do these little short excursion trips is that I forget to do an ending because I think I might go someplace else and add to it, but I guess that's the end. It's a short video, so it's not too painful for being a really bad video in bad weather with dogs that aren't listening very well. But anyways, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. There's better things coming. We got an Aliner rally next weekend. So we should have some good video of camping and Lake Champlain and some of the sightseeing stuff around northern Vermont. If I don't freeze, hopefully the weather will clear up and be nice, but we'll have the drone, we'll have the dogs, we'll have a lot of other A-liners, so stay tuned and watch the channel. Thanks. We'll see you on the road.